What is up, UDK Sports Talk family? I wanted to come on here and talk about the recent news that we've had. Well, the controversial news about Puka Nacua and the video that surfaced about him just being passed out drunk while a woman is dancing right next to him. And I wanted to just give you all my thoughts on the situation with Puka Nacua, man, because it just feels like we're seeing his free fall happen in real time, and we're at that point in his career where it's getting close to him getting his bag, and he's going to want to get paid his money. And in my opinion, he rightfully deserves his money. I believe he's the #1 receiver in the game because of his ability to do everything: blocking, running after the catch, just an extremely tough physical player who can also get open, make the tough contested catches. He is one of the best receivers in the game. In my opinion, he is #1. But with that being said, I don't want to make this long-winded. I'm going to try to get this done as short as possible. Puka Nacua, first and foremost, is an absolute dog. But unfortunately, we are going down this rabbit hole where I'm not going to call him the next Antonio Brown. I'm not. He is 24 years old and has every right to enjoy his life. But at some point, brother, with great power comes great responsibility. When the Rams are going to put 43.5, well, maybe 44, 45 mil a year into you, you need to come through and operate like that professional that they want. And I think multiple things can be true, right? I don't want to get into his dating life. I don't want to get into any of the other stuff, but I do believe that him going through that situation that he did last year with his baby mother and the chain of events that happened following it, I do believe that is playing a significant role in why he's acting the way he is now. Because remember, when he was with Cooper Kupp, none of these things happened. When Cooper Kupp was here, none of these things happened. And the minute he leaves, all of these things surface, and now all of a sudden, it is now an issue. And in the Sean McVay-Leslie tenure, we have never dealt with this type of a presence. This is what I think needs to happen. I think somebody of significant weight in the Rams franchise needs to have an honest sit-down conversation with Puka Nacua and let him know that there's a time and a place to have fun and to lock in. Stay out of trouble, because what I'm worried about right now, and I had this conversation with somebody in my DMs yesterday, is, listen, that video surfaced, I want to say a couple of days after it was rumored that he was going to be the highest paid wide receiver. What is really going to happen when he gets the bag? Is there going to be more that comes out? The reality is, a lot of these women he's partying with, if they got videos, they're going to want to sell it for money. That's just what it is. That's the game. That's what comes with the territory. And you guys all know this. Once you go down this rabbit hole, it is extremely difficult to get your reputation back. So for me personally, I believe that Puka Nacua is a very emotional guy. He can't hide his emotions. When he's extremely happy, he's happy. When he's extremely upset, he's going to show that. When he is sad, he's going to show that. We saw this Carolina Panthers game significantly shows to me the type of person he is, and that's what makes him special. That's what makes him great. 1 minute he's screaming, "I lift weights, let's go." 30 minutes later, he drops a pass before halftime. He's crying on the sidelines. And I think with a player like this, that's what makes him great. That energy, that infectious energy. There's a reason why every teammate says that he is the greatest guy that you and me on and off the field, because he has that loving heart. He has a big heart. But there's a reason, and I don't want to get too biblical with you guys, right? Because it's not what this platform is for. But there's a reason why the biggest downfall to any man, especially if you read the Bible, is a woman. Puka Nacua needs to lock it in. We are going to entrust in him 45 plus annually in the biggest market outside of New York. And in my opinion, I think an argument could be made that LA is the biggest market. 45 M's in LA. You're graduating to a different tier now. And how are you going to react with that money? Listen, man, it's not an issue of having fun. We want you to have fun. And I'm just speaking for myself, right? But don't do it to a point where it compromises the greatness of your character. Puka Nacua is an absolute phenomenal player. Great player. And unfortunately, he has these off-the-field issues that now are going to plague him. And the thing is, with Puka Nacua's play style, how much longer does he really have in the NFL, right? In terms of playing at this elite clip, taking on these numerous amounts of hits. But at what point is this going to get in the way of his greatness? You know, once these allegations start coming out, and they continuously come out, we saw what happened with Tiger Woods. There's the thing, man, we've seen this. Once you get paid, that money comes around, more reports come out, more trouble comes. Puka Nacua is too dang good of a player, too dang good of a character outside of the field for him to be involved in this nonsense. I really am hoping that this is just a phase, because I believe that he deserves absolutely all the amount of money that he has coming his way. He's tremendously talented. He is a player's player, an absolute football player who just so happens to be one of the greatest wide receivers in the league. Puka Nacua, man, lock it in. I believe that this conversation is going to be had with him by either Matthew Stafford or Trent McDuffie. I'm not going to say this, the whole concept of shut up and dribble. No. Have fun, enjoy your life. But don't go out there making a fool out of yourself while trying to have fun. And now it's hurting your pockets. Because as a professional, you don't want that. You have the opportunity to win a Super Bowl in LA. Your resume will be forever sealed. You will be a legend in the LA market with numerous amounts of opportunities following your career with the Rams. If you win, lock it in, my brother. Because you're a dang good player and you know you got to lock it in order for this team to get to where they want to go to. But that's my thoughts on the Puka Nacua situation. I just believe that right now, because of the impact of all of these issues that he's having off the field, that I would be shocked if the Rams don't draft another wide receiver early with that 13th pick. Would not surprise me. I think they're for sure going to wide receiver now. Before I was split between Lemon and Sadiq, I believe it's going to be a wide receiver just because I don't want to go out and say this, to wrap this up. But if my man does not get it together, there's a potential they may trade him. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say like a hot take, like no. Because you got to think about what this does to the locker room, the precedence that has been set before this. Puka Nacua is great, no doubt about it. But usually the knuckleheads that came into this locker room, we were able to keep in control. This is the first time that we're dealing with one of our own players like this. Now, what is the Rams standard at that point? We, not me, remember, team. Les Snead and Sean McVay have not messed around. The minute you don't produce no more, you get up and out of here. How much are they going to be willing to take the potential locker room drama that could potentially come in terms of the off the field issues? I think he'll be great in the locker room. Puka Nacua is a dog. He's amazing. But in terms of how much weight you're going to be willing to deal with on the outside issues, especially if he doesn't lock it up. And I think that when you start looking at these other knuckleheads, it's like, well, you letting Puka get away with it. What's up with that? You get what I'm saying? Like, I just feel like the locker room dynamic, if we don't have that hard sit-down conversation with him to get him to lock it in, for sure. And if you want to have fun, my brother. Do it in moderation, man. Don't get excessively drunk. And don't have women videotaping you. Come on, man. I'm going to defend my brother Puka Nacua. But my mans, we can't be doing this. This is Super Bowl or bust this year. We can't be having these issues coming out. Y'all know that. So it is what it is. But with that being said, I'll end this video like this. The Puka Nacua situation, I believe that these issues are going to lead to an incentive-based contract. I believe they will have no issue giving him the money. But what I believe will potentially happen, right, is they're going to give him a contract that is front-loaded. It wouldn't surprise me. We only see a 3-year deal, right, with most of the money in the top 2 years. They did this with Trent McDuffie as well, where they could potentially have an out later on in that deal, where they're not jammed up with the numbers the way they were previously when they gave out those deals to Todd Gurley, even Allen Robinson, those deals that didn't age well, even Brandon Cooks. So I'm going to go out and leave it at that. I believe the Rams are going to do what's best for the franchise. They're going to protect themselves. No doubt about it. They want Puka Nacua. They love Puka Nacua. They want him to be the best receiver in the game for the Los Angeles Rams. But at some point, my brother, how deep is that standard that you carry yourself to? Because nobody's above the standard. Y'all know that. Y'all know that. So I'm really hoping that this is just a phase. He locks it in, gets his bag, everything is sweet, and we go on and win the Super Bowl next year. But I'm 100% convinced now, after these news, you're drafting a wide receiver, because if shit gets too chaotic with Puka Nacua, don't be surprised if you see that update. Now, I don't think it'll happen. But with Sean McVay, Les Snead, they've surprised us before. But that's all I got for you guys. Don't forget to like, comment, and sub to the channel. Check off the bell notification icon to become part of the family. How do you feel about the Puka Nacua situation? You know, I do believe that there is a line to living your life, right? But also being a professional. You got to find a balance. Dennis Rodman was insane, right? great player, crazy chaotic off the court. There's a time and a place for that. But now in this media outlet with all these phones and the recording, you can't do some of the things you were doing back then. I need Nacua to lock it in, bro. I'm just gonna be honest with you. Have fun, my brother, but don't make a fool out of yourself and have these women recording you, dog, doing some BS. Come on, man. You gotta lock it in, dog. Have a great day, you guys. Stay blessed.